Welcome to Talking Beer. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Brett.
All right, Brett.
I was just looking at the delay in the background of the camera. I
We
looked
got,
miserable when I flicked my head up.
we got a whole setup, multiple cameras, pour angles, beer angles. So
Always something new when it comes to Talking.Beer.
yeah, we're always trying new things, trying to figure out different things. Brett, we got a lot on the table today. Well, we actually have our first double-double, so I'm going to say that we actually start with this while we talk about the Rising Pint.
Yes.
About that.
Fantastic idea.
So the Rising Pint was a week ago, and it was pretty awesome.
Yes.
It was a little bit of a chilly day, but there was a good turnout. There was a lot of people. The bands were amazing.
The people that I talked to, everybody that went to it had a good time. And that's the most important thing I think of when I think of doing an event, is making sure that everybody had a good time while they were there.
Yeah, I think everybody had an amazing time to a successful event.
Cheers.
Wow, this has got some very fruity notes to
Yeah,
it.
it's a Berliner Weiss. It's got mango, passion fruit, guava. It's super fresh. We just got it last week. And it's a new brand for Sweetwater. It's Tropical Lover. It's like I said, it's hitting on all cylinders for me. You pick up the tartness.
Yeah, definitely. It's nice. It's got a big nose to it, big fruit nose to it. So.
Berliner Weiss is supposed to have a little bit of a tartness. It's a German wheat style beer that's made. I mean, in Germany would not have fruit in it, but in America we'd like to do one more, always more.
More.
So we put fruit in it, and not just one fruit. We put 3 fruits in this one, but they all really work well together.
They do. This is a.
It's got a great nose, great. I mean, you can taste the tartness of the fruit and the way the beer is made. It's made to be finished tart anyway.
It's almost like a sour, but I would say it's not.
I would say you could put it in the sour category. I think that a lot of people would put it in the sour category just because we're not all that familiar with real sours. And, you know, when I say real sour, I mean sat in a wood barrel
Sure,
for a certain amount of time like they do in Belgium. And we're doing, in this, like this one right here, this was spontaneously made and then put in probably white wine barrels for duration.
I see a lot of wine barrels at breweries right now. I go down to Hog River, they got a bunch sitting there. Are they all doing sours, or what are they doing in all those barrels?
Sours.
Most of them are doing sours?
Sours, or most of the time, maybe they could be putting a Saison, but they're putting it in that barrel to change it into a more funky, sour, tart beer.
Okay.
That's why they kind of put it in there. Because you want to pick up that bacteria and the stuff that, the good bacteria and yeasts that live in that wood. And that's what you kind of put it in there for, is to get the flavor of the wood, the flavor of all of those live bacteria and yeasts that reside in the wood, to inoculate the beer and make it tart, sour.
They don't clean the barrels, correct?
They might spritz them a little bit, but they don't want to clean them. They want to make sure that whatever is in there in the wood, that stays in the wood, and that they want it to stay alive. So they would never clean it with a chemical that would clean it. If anything, they're probably only giving it a little, spritz with some water.
Right.
Just
or some sort
or
of
maybe nothing.
clarifier, right?
No, I mean when they dump it, they just dump it, and then they probably maybe just put a little spritz in there, and then they immediately put beer back in there.
Oh,
so they don't want it to dry
It's
out.
basically always just containing full barrel.
They don't want the wood to dry.
Right.
They have to put liquid back in it in order for that stuff to stay alive.
So we got a lot of other stuff here. Why don't we start from that end, because
These guys, where's everybody? No, they were not. But these guys were at Rising Pint. This is White Lion. This is a new Mosaic IPA from them. I believe it's a session. No, 5.5.
do it right here.
So they're from Springfield. Ray Berry's the owner, doing some awesome stuff up there. And they're going to get
Mass?
in Springfield, Mass. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's very close to my house.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So with the casino going up there, that must be a nice.
You know what? I think
They're
that
gonna
they
be
did the
busy.
Lion thing before that they knew that was going to go there.
Oh, right. That's right, because it's
not
MGM.
by
And that's
design.
like,
Yeah,
that's pretty.
I think it was either. I think it was Wicked Lucky. I don't think, unless he knew way before everybody else did, because he started the brewery before the MGM was going to announce that they were going there.
Okay.
Like
Well.
years.
That's good.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the Sweetwater,
That we're enjoying.
the Tropical Lover, Berliner Weiss.
Yeah, and then we have some collaboration with Black Hog and Allagash.
That's cool. Those are actually, I have been to Black Hog. I did a nice dinner with them where they paired beer with food. It was a lot of fun. It was great. And I've gone down the Allagash River 3 times, I think. Or up to St. John.
So I happened to talk to Jason, the owner, today,
Mm-hmm.
this morning.
We
We were talking
Black
about
Hog or?
a Black Hog, yeah.
Yeah.
About this beer because I told him we were going to be tasting it today, and he's wicked excited about it. Tyler, the brewmaster there, is wicked excited about it. I'm wicked excited about it. It's awesome.
So
it's a saison. And they put a lot of work into the saison. A lot of the work behind a saison is in the yeast, and this is a collaboration between Allagash and Black Hog to create a yeast that is from 2 well-known Belgian breweries,
Okay.
Le Chouffe and Saison du Pont. And if you ever had a Saison du Pont, it's probably one of the best saisons in the world, if not the best. I just don't want to say it's the best and then have someone argue me, but I do believe that it is the best saison that I've had. It's pretty awesome.
Quoi De Neuf.
Quoi de Neuf.
Quoi De Neuf.
Yeah, we practiced that before we started the camera.
Because we are both very French.
Well, what are you then? I'm French. Why do you think I have this outrageous accent, you silly king?
But I've had Le Chouffe and I've had Saison du Pont. I drove by the Saison du Pont in Belgium, actually. The Germans would freak out if this yeast was in their place.
Was it?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Because it would make everything taste funky.
Everything?
And they want their lagers to taste nice, super clean.
I feel
And
like this
Pilsners.
is what I've tasted there.
I can't argue, I haven't been there, but I would know that that's pretty much a lager house, and this is the exact opposite of that.
Huh.
Like, they would freak out. This yeast is a kind of a wild yeast, and they would not want it in their brewery or anywhere near their beer, technically.
Wow. Well,
This farmhouse saison yeast from Belgium is something that has a nice, rich, like clove nose. You getting clove from it at all?
I'm getting a tartness in the back of my tongue, the back of my throat.
Oh, and they dry hop it with Mosaic.
So
They did Americanize it a little bit.
that's actually a question I have for you. And 1 second. But we can keep talking while I do this. How many types of hops, actually are there?
Oh, there's hundreds.
Now, is it?
It might even be close to 1,000, but it's definitely at least hundreds.
There we go.
At the very least.
I should stay.
I might put my hand on it.
That's all right. Put your hand on it. So what makes one hop more popular than another? Is it the
flavor.
ester bond or what
The nose, the flavors that it gives off. That I like Mosaic because it gives you a nice, rich, melon, full melon flavor, but there's obviously no melon in it.
Yeah.
That beer that we had in Paul's driveway, that
Mhm.
Fillmore East beer, it's made with Amarillo, Galaxy, I think Simcoe, he said. 3 awesome hops, but the way they combine together and play off each other makes a beer work even better than it was going to work to begin with. It's just amazing the way some of those hops can combine, the way the flavors work together to produce an awesome tasting brew. I love that IPA, Fillmore East, that he makes. It's amazing.
I had an amazing time there, and
We drank a ton of beer.
yes, and we do.
Happy birthday, Paul.
Happy
That was
birthday,
a fun,
Paul.
fun day.
Thank you very much.
At
and
Coles Road.
Thank you very
Brewery.
much, Lisa, for everything.
Most expensive garage, I think.
I think I've ever seen in my life. I took a nice 360 shot of it so that when he gets to the next level, I can go, remember, this is where you started.
It's not really home brewing when that picture. Maybe that you probably show people that.
Yeah.
Oh no, he said no pictures. But
Oh, he told me
down the road. Oh, okay, good.
But down the road, we'll open it up. He was very excited. It was a very exciting day, and I do appreciate the whole day.
Yeah,
Everybody
that
that was
fun.
there.
Yeah,
everything
everybody.
that you brought and everything. It was like you saw it on Instagram.
That was a hell of a bottle share.
It was a bottle share beyond belief. It was an amazing time. All right, so let's pop something else here. And
Well, we've been staring at this beer in your refrigerator for a while.
that is true. I honestly have no idea where this came from. I'm gonna say my brother-in-law. Brian, if this was yours, we're drinking it. Thanks a lot. But
All right, we don't really know what this is other than it came from Italy.
if it's not yours, we're still gonna drink it and appreciate it. So we don't know much about this, but
It's called Super. Whew.
This is potent.
I pour it too big.
It is potent.
Balden.
The Birra Ambra.
All right, so that's super malty. That
Ballad-
smells like a doppelbock
Balladen.
to me.
Uh,
It's a really. It tastes big mouthfeel. Probably high in alcohol. What is it?
8%.
8. Okay.
Birra
Rich,
Ambra. Amber
Clean
beer.
malt. You can taste cereal. You know, little like toasted cereal, toasted bread.
Yeah, okay. I got the toasted bread. Very
Almost
sweet.
but not
like
sweet like a raisin. Like
Yeah,
a
exactly,
date,
yeah.
like a fig. A little
Alright.
bit of that, but not tremendous amounts of that. Sometimes a doppelbock will have big raisin, or a golden strong ale. A strong Belgian ale.
It doesn't seem to me that there's a lot of
But you said conditioned, so that means that there was live yeast in here.
yeah. It doesn't seem to me that there's a lot of carbonation.
Which tells me that that live yeast is dead, and this beer has been sitting around for a while.
Yeah.
Like a little bit, like a while, I mean like a number of years. A while.
Yeah, this might have been rather old.
It doesn't necessarily taste old. The yeast keeps it from getting old.
It tastes flat more than anything. I feel like if it had the carbonation that it should have in it,
It would have a little more pop to it.
this would have, yeah, it would just throw back in your mouth and just, you'd feel it like, the smell too would probably just be effervescent off of
It'd
it.
probably be more intense, for sure it is. As someone who does cellar beer, I've changed my whole tune on the whole thing.
What do you mean?
Entirely.
Alright, I'm gonna put this over here too.
I'm not saving beer in my basement forever anymore. It's not getting better. It stays good, but it's not necessarily getting better. Like,
Alright.
I'm gonna try to drink my fruited sours sooner than later. Like, I'm not gonna save them forever now.
So what you're saying, now give me this, what would you be saying your limit is for keeping beers then?
a couple of years now.
Right.
I'm gonna want to drink them before they're a couple of years, if not drink them a year, and maybe do something else with that part of the basement. Because it's just not really.
I know what you're thinking. He can always bring those beers over to your house, right?
I brought them to work today, and I just dumped some of them. I brought 3 cases of large bottle format stuff to work and dumped them all.
And what was it all?
It was
like
an
this?
array of
Kinda like
2008
flat
to
and-
12 beers
Mhm.
that I've been saving to drink one day, and decided that after opening some of them, that they didn't get good like I thought they were,
Right.
or better like I thought they were, or the yeast would develop and get better over time and make the beer funky. None of that actually happened. So I decided that I needed the space, and I brought them to work, and I saved some of the caps for my bottle cap collection. Because I had to. Like, one of them was a 2008 barley wine, and I just knew it wasn't going to be good anymore.
You're gonna say that, Ken?
I think I don't have this cap yet.
So, oh, you want to see them all?
just wanted to make sure everybody saw the cap. There we go.
So,
Yeah, so anyway, my refrigerator is filled with, and I don't know if my wife feels about it anymore, but it's better than the bottles like I had in college.
yeah.
It's just a bunch of Baghdad caps. But there's probably around 650 different caps on my refrigerator.
Well,
that
we'll
I-
try to get some video of that and share it with you, so you can see what he has.
But it's a much better way to collect stuff at the home.
Well,
Although there's no caps on these.
Jesus, that's twice.
No, that's 3 times.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's 3 times. That's not stuff like that.
No, I know.
I do want to go back to the Rising Pine real quick because
Very good idea.
I want to actually say about the charities because the whole thing is for charities.
Yeah, and I met the CEO of Food Share. He was there. Had a good time.
And those charities are always looking for help and always looking for money. So if you feel the obligation or desire, if you couldn't make it this year and you want to donate, there's always Food Share. Sorry, my brain is
Our
blanking.
Companions.
Our Companions, which is a pet
and Folds of Honor, which does military charity, and I can tell you exactly what it is because it's one that I've been using for years. Oh man,
Thanks a lot.
Sharon's carrying. Folds of Honor is a military charity that provides scholarships to fallen soldiers' families, and they do it all over the country. And they do have, while they're out of Oklahoma, they provide scholarships in all 50 states to local people. So they do provide every year. We donate 10 grand to them, which is 2 scholarships
That's awesome.
for Connecticut, and then we donate 10 grand to our Companions and 10 grand to Food Share. We try to at least get to those numbers every year since we've gotten big enough to do that, which is great. So we appreciate everybody coming out to Rising Pint. I mean, whether you came or not and you bought a ticket, it still supports the thing. But we love everybody that comes out. I think the last 3 years in a row it's rained. But the people that have come out know that everything is covered. So, I mean, we've said it, but I think the more people that come out and tell other people, because you can't control the weather, but we're not going to have a rain date. It's always going to be on that day, which is the Saturday before Mother's Day.
Which is Brett's birthday next year.
It is. Which historically has been nice on that day, so hopefully we get a sunny day. And 3 years in a row of rain, maybe things work in threes. Maybe we get 3 nice sunny days. But
Yeah.
in any regard, you know, you can. Everybody that comes has fun, whether it's rain or shine. You know, I mean, we had a blast.
I had a blast. I had a blast. I mean, it was a very good day. And, you know, obviously we don't want to keep
Especially
going
if you
on
like
about...
jam music, because I had people that come that don't even drink to the party.
But not just that. Like, honestly, the cool part to me is that I get to try all things that I might not pick up in the liquor store. Like, I might not pick this up. I might not pick this up. But when I'm there and they're like, this is what you're
that's
trying?
actually that's a very good point, because I read some stuff online of people's reviews of Rising Pint, and some people said, well, it's all regular beers, but you might not have had all the regular beers. A, and B, he's wrong. It's not all regular beers. Not
yeah.
a Rising Pint. I strive for it not to be that. That's what I strive for. Yes, there's regular beers there. Yes, there's Heineken there.
Yeah.
But there's also Jade IPA from Lawson's. There's, you know, a special beer made by Black Hog that we didn't get to try that they had there that day. They had, you know, a bunch of different breweries. I try, certainly the breweries that I'm friends with, that I talk to, that come every year, that they know that I want that. I want that for the people that buy tickets. It's not for me.
But I think that there's also the plus, like, regardless of the Rising Pint, what I want to say is, if you have the opportunity to go to a brew fest, I suggest you do it, and you go there with that mindset, and that can be with the app, you know, Tap,
there's
Untapped,
Sample.
or
Untapped,
Sample
yeah.
or Untapped, and you really kind of like track a little bit and try to understand what you're drinking, because my world has completely changed in going to the brew fest and sitting and doing this with you. It's like I'm finding myself learning and understanding beers in a different way, and that's exciting. And it's actually interesting to like taste things and say, okay, this is what I'm actually tasting.
Right, and you know what? Maybe you've had it before, but the guy who made it is standing behind the counter.
I mean, don't
or
get me
the guy
wrong.
that works for the company. He can tell you more about it. And it really comes down to one thing for me. Going to a brewery is fun. Going to a brew fest is fun. The people that go to it are fun. Everybody around you is having a good time. It's a good time, no matter what.
It's drinking.
It's drinking. It's a good time. It's no matter what, you're gonna have a good time at a brewery or a beer fest. No matter whether you've drank the beer before or not.
Yeah.
There's gonna be people there that you're gonna have a good time with. It just is.
And I would always say, because I was talking to my friend earlier today, and he was like, yeah, you know, I don't like all these funky beers now. And I was like, you know, the fun part about this too is actually you don't have to drink it. Like, you can sip it and be like, but trying it and understanding what you like, because styles range. Like, IPAs are not all the same. And I had no idea. I mean, to me, it was like the title IPA was something when I looked in the liquor store, I went, yeah, I'm all set. But now I kind of get that there's like bitter hops, and then there's smoother, and all the rest of it, and in between. So,
And maybe you never had a Heineken Light with Mosaic hops in it, but Heineken Light has Mosaic hops in it now. So if you happen to walk by that Heineken area at Rising Pine, you could be like, and they could tell you, hey, you know, there's Mosaic hops now in Heineken Light. And I'm sure nobody watching this knew that.
I doubt anybody knows what Mosaic hops is.
It's in here.
Well,
Drinking
I
in
understand, but I mean,
Oh no, definitely people know.
I mean,
Mosaic
I
hops
don't
that
mean,
are
I don't
watching
mean
it.
nobody knows.
There's
But,
definitely most everybody watching this.
but
probably
what
knows
I'm
what
saying
Mosaic
is,
hops
like,
are.
this is going to be a good challenge. I'm going to bring a bunch of hops up here, and you're going to tell me which ones are which, just by a smell.
It'd be interesting to see where you get them from.
Think you can do it? I know a friend. He sells hops for a living to breweries.
Okay. Let's do it.
Challenge accepted. Thank you for watching.
Cheers.
Cheers. Tune in. Check out our Facebook page or Instagram. Follow us.
Ask
like
us questions.
Ask
If you want us to do
questions.
something, we can do it. Probably.
We can
You
do
know,
anything.
like. And then we're gonna start leaving this office sometimes.
Yeah. It's not gonna be.
I don't
just
want
us-
to do it too often.
It's not gonna
nice
be
and easy
just
to come
us
here for
drinking
you,
on
but-
camera, but it is easy for me to kind of. But we'll make it easier, and we'll go check some breweries out.
Yeah, maybe we go here. Well, they don't have one yet, but they're building one in Springfield.
I can't wait because it's gonna be right next. Well, I have two next to my house now. I have the other one.
Broadbrook.
Yep. Until next time. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.